Hi, my loves. I'm back. So, today I want to bring a special video to you, and I'm literally going to be speaking from my heart, okay? This is all from my heart. This is what I believe God has given me to talk about today. And I hope that this message can get through to some women, some young women like me. I'm 23 years old, and I'm figuring it all out, right? I'm just following my steps so that I can be the best mom, for one, but also, most importantly, the best person to myself. That way I can be the best woman in this world, right? We're trying to go after that virtuous woman title. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my family to say, oh, she was virtuous. Like, that is a very great name to be given, as a woman. So, I'm gonna get straight into this video. All right. All right, you guys. So, I wanted to speak on the topic of God wanted me to be single. He needed me by myself, right? So, I am, again, like I mentioned, 23 years old. I conceived when I was 22 years old, and then found out when I was 23. I basically conceived a month before my birthday. And basically, I when I found out back in March, my birthday's in February. When I found out back in March, I was really like shaken up and unsure because I was on the verge, and I already told this story so many times, but I was on the verge to walking away from that relationship. It was very toxic, and it just wasn't for me. And I knew that the God-fearing woman that I am, it spoke against my spirit in so many different ways. And I'm just like, I have to move forward. Like, there's no other way but to go forward. So that is what my plan was. But when I found out I was pregnant, I kind of felt like a big storm or a big rock just came and sat on top of my head. And it was like I'm trying to get up. I know my head kind of big, so I'm trying to like push through that rock. Maybe I can break it, but I couldn't. And I spent many months of just fighting and fighting and fighting my emotions, and to the point where I've said some very rude things to some people, and then I've also accepted, sadly, some very rude things from some people. And in a lot of ways, I have been triggered, and it has caused me to now only, and this should have been the first thing, right? Because this is where the mindset that I was at, and I'll go back to that. But I should have only trusted God and His word, and Him telling me over and over again, stillness is the key. Stillness is your answer. Stillness is what you do. Just be still. So I didn't really get that until I had to be still. So let's go back a little bit, and then I'm going to go back to the stillness, right? Okay. So after I decided back in February that I wanted to split from my ex-boyfriend completely, because we were actually already broken up, but how you be broken up with someone you've been with for so long, and you just like, okay, I don't want to touch nobody else, so I'm gonna still touch you, like that kind of thing was a thing. And by any means, me sharing my story is not me bashing anybody. This is just my story, and this is just the truth. So, I decided that I wanted to move forward, and I wanted to just move on, not with someone else, but more so for myself. I wanted to move on with myself so that I can get stronger and become a better person. I wanted to learn boundaries. I wanted to learn so many things that I felt like I didn't really have the space to learn them in that relationship. And it might have just been that time that we were trying to be in a relationship. You never know how the future could go or how it could turn out. But like, in that time that we were dating, we both were in some type of way broken people who came together to make each other more broken. And that's what happened. So I was in February around my birthday, and in a stage of like trying to move forward. I was going to a bit of a therapy thing, doing more for myself, looking at more videos that are more encouraging to women who are in my situation, watching a lot of Sarah Jakes Roberts because I love her so much. I adore her. And, I'm just really staying on my path here, getting back to where I should have been from the beginning, right? So when I found that I was pregnant, I went through those emotions. I spent months and months and months of fighting my emotions, of fighting him, of him fighting me, like, all verbally, nothing like physical. And then I went to the doctor. Yeah, this is when it gets real. This is when God is like, you don't hear me. Like, now I gotta show you, right? So I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me that my baby was measuring small. That literally broke me, right? Because they'd say these big names and these big words that you don't understand as a 23-year-old first mom. You don't understand a lot of these words, and they're just saying everything to you, and you're like, so what do I have to do? And then when a doctor tells you there's nothing you can do, you guys, that is the deal breaker for a lot of people. So the doctor told me that she wanted me to get the amniocentesis test. I may be saying it wrong, but basically that test is where they take a really long needle, and it may be just about that long. It's pretty long because they have to go through your stomach and like your uterus, I think. I don't know, I may be saying it wrong, but they poke a hole through your stomach basically to get into the bag of where the baby is, and they're taking fluid that he's receiving from me to test that to see if there's anything wrong with him before he actually comes. So I was considering the test. I was nervous, I was crying. I'm like, oh my God. Like, first, finding out that you're too late, because I consider a lot of different options with my pregnancy. Like, you guys, it was a lot, but we're not going to focus there today. So, me, after I decided that I wanted to keep him, and I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm keeping him, and now the doctors are telling me that he's measuring small. So I'm going to try to do this without crying, because y'all, it's like really difficult. Hold on, y'all. My eyes, right? I can't help them. But anyways, I'm going to keep this close, because this story is I know so many women go through this, but don't have a voice for it. So I'm here. But on the faith side of things, right? I'm going to be that girl to speak for you. So anyways, when you decide to keep your baby, and you're like, now the doctors are telling you that he's measuring small. So then you're asking them, well, how small? So my baby is constantly growing as far as his weight and all of that. But they were saying that he was measuring about 12 days, almost 2 weeks behind. And then they asked me, well, when did you come on your period? So I'm telling them it was some day between the 1st of January, that was my last period, and the 3rd of January. So, even if I told them the wrong date, the 1st and the 3rd isn't really a big difference. So, like, either way, it still should be around the same time. It would be off a little bit, but it should still be around the same time, right? So I told them the 1st. Then they're like, well, you're measuring like, okay, if I was 20 weeks at the time, they were saying I'm measuring like I'm 17 or 18. Really more so 17 though. And they were like, okay, well, we're going to have to schedule you weekly appointments. So they have scheduled me weekly appointments to go get an ultrasound every week to monitor my son. And it was stressful, because you're like looking at this ultrasound with this baby who's grabbing his feet, who's grabbing his arms, who's doing all types of different things, who's crossing, doing the pretzel pose, who's doing all these different things. And then you're like, the doctor is saying, oh, he's still small. And then you're like, what can I do? Like, can I eat more? Can I, I'm more of the smaller side of women. I'm not like a bigger woman. I'm a little short. I'm about 5'3". And before I was pregnant, I was about weighing 163, 164 or something like that. But, yeah, so, I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? So the doctor is telling me there's nothing you can do. And I'm like, okay, like what? Like what? So then you just sit there and you just like in emotion, because you're just like, what the heck? Like, oh my God. Like, what do I do? And then the doctor tells you, well, we may have to deliver you at 24 weeks. At this time, I was 20 weeks. And I was confused because I'm like, I'm gonna have a baby in 4 weeks. Like, how? Right? I was just so just like, what is going on? So, okay. I had my weekly appointments, but let's talk about my personal life at this time. So, at this time, around finding out or confirming his gender, this is around the time that I really, really wanted a family with my child's father. I definitely told him, like, look, I know we don't get along, but, let's try. Let's try again. Maybe we can try to do it differently this way because we're expecting a baby. Maybe we can be a bit more mature with each other because we're expecting a baby. And he was like against it. And the reason he was against it, like, I'm okay with that. Like, you choose to do whatever you want to do or have your own place. That's your choice. I'm not fighting you for that, But at the time, I was kind of emotional by that because I'm like, bro, like, I'm kind of hurt. Like, I'm hurt. My son is smaller. I wish you were here. I wish, I wanted some type of just protection from him. I wanted something from him. And I'm like, every time I tried and tried and tried, I was declining, you guys. But not just me in declining, my son was too. He was declining. And I'm like, okay, I need to like cut the emotional attachment that I have with you completely. Like, I told him, and he can tell y'all himself, I said, I need to get over you all the way. That's the only way that I'm going to feel better about this situation. If I stop liking you all the way, like every inch of you, if I stop liking you, then I'm going to be okay because I'm a Pisces, y'all. Y'all know me. Look, Pisces, when we done, we done. It ain't no doubling back. So, I did say that, and it didn't happen all at once. It took time, but to focus on the stillness part, right? Let's go back to faith here. So, God has been whispering in my ears so gently, stillness. My dad literally would say all the time, be still, be still. My mom, be still. Just wait on the Lord. Wait on the Lord. And you don't understand that until you have your experience with God, right? So, for weeks, I'm monitoring my son, and he's doing okay, but he wasn't doing like how they wanted him to do. So, like, I'm like, okay, I'm being still, I'm trying, but I was still emotionally connected to that situation. I didn't let it go. And God is literally saying again and again, still, be still, be still. Every time I would get upset, my son would kick me and punch me and move around so much and squirm. And I would just be like, oh, he moving. Like, he doing a lot right now. Like, I would talk to him like, are you okay? And he had kicked me. And I feel like his little kick is him saying, Mommy, are you okay? Are you okay? Hey guys, look, I'm pregnant. I'm trying to fight through these emotions, but it's a real feeling, y'all. And I have to get this out because God has instructed me to talk about my story, and I got to follow through, right? So, anyways, I feel like that's what my son was saying. So when I felt those kicks, that was my turning point. That was my point of when I realized that this little human being that I'm growing every day, he is my true and my valid reason why. He is my reason why. I don't have no other reason why but him. Outside of myself personally, but my baby, he's my reason why. He's the reason why I have to be still. Because if I'm not still, then I'm causing hurt. I'm causing emotional damage. I'm causing trauma. I'm causing all these different things that I told myself I would never give to my child way before I was pregnant. I said I would never give my child the trauma that I've dealt with. And that was exactly what I was doing. And those little kicks reminded me of what I said at that moment. You guys, I literally had a wake-up call from a baby that's not even here yet. And it reminded me of the stillness God needed me to be at. I wanted that relationship to work out. I did. Yeah, it was crazy. We both had crazy moments, but I'm not accepting the fact that I'm said or told that I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. No, I'm a child of God, and I walk and live in faith, and I am fighting against the soul, the physical being that I am. I fight against that being every day because I am not this. I am the voice you hear, and that voice you hear is what matters. That's the voice that will stay and will continue to live on and on and on past this body. So, anyways, you guys, so when I realized that God needed me to be still, I also had to change some things about me. There was some patterns and some things that I was doing that needed to really change. I needed to fall back off of some of my social media. Some social media I can control because I don't say certain things on, but it's caused me to fall back on my social media. It has caused me to be more mindful of what I'm putting on social media. And also, you guys, it has caused me to change my declarations to myself. Change what I'm saying to myself. I used to say, I'm so hurt. I just can't do it. Like, I'm this, I'm that. Like, just literally every day would speak down to myself. And then I'm just like, wait, let's change this. You are a virtuous woman. You are a beautiful woman. You are a strong woman. You are a mother. You are a great mother. You are a loving mother. You are a confident mother. You are a confident woman. You are a loving woman. You will receive a great man. You will receive all the money and all the financial things to take care of you, your son, and your household. You are that stand-up woman. I changed everything that I used to say about myself because I used to drag myself through the mud. You didn't have to do it. My baby daddy didn't have to do it. I did that to myself. And when I would speak negative and bad to myself, you guys, it caused so much unnecessary drama, stress, and emotional hurt and baggage onto myself. But I literally said, no, today is the day that everything changed. Everything changed. And when I made that decision, you guys, my son's growth went up. Literally, like, I'm 31 weeks. And the reason why I'm crying so much is because weeks ago, the doctors were trying to deliver my baby. But now I'm here, 31 weeks, literally seeing the other side. I didn't see this side when I was 20 weeks. I didn't see this part of my pregnancy. I didn't see the tunnel. I didn't see the rainbow at the end of the tunnel, right? The gold at the end of my tunnel. I didn't see that. But now I see it. I literally can feel it. It's just such a blessing. When I changed my declarations and my affirmations for each other, for myself, I definitely have seen just a big jump in myself. The way that I respond to answers that people may ask me, the way I respond to my child's father, the way I respond to anything, you guys, I literally has changed everything. I've changed it all. And just recently, my child's father is saying things like, you guys painted a picture of me that I'm not, or whatever. And I tell him, like, it's not about what you think we've done. How you show up in this world is how people are going to judge you. I don't sit here and judge people, you guys. That's not what my family do. But in all honesty, if I'm a bad person and I show myself to be a bad person, you're not going to sit here and say I'm a good person. If I'm constantly showing you I'm a bad person and I'm actually saying this, you're not going to sit here and believe, oh, she's a good person. She's good, whatever. No, right? You're going to be like, oh, let me stay away from her. So as I told him, it doesn't matter what people say. How you show them you are is the person that they believe you to be. It's not what they say before they see you for who you are. Now, if you show up to be a confident person, if you show up to be this, and that, then that's different. But when you're showing up to be negative or bringing drama or being possessive or being this or wanting to fight or wanting to take control of a situation that is not in your control, is in God's control, that's when people are saying, ooh, let's stay away from him or her, right? So, you guys, this journey is not easy, but it's worth going through. My son is worth it. Every bit of him. I literally trying not to cry again. Wow, I am such an emotional little bird. But anyways, I literally sit in my bed and I just cry. And I'm just like, I cannot wait to meet him. I can't wait to hold him and to smell him. Like, I can't wait because it's like I have put everything on pause. My love life, I put that on pause because I'm like, I want to be pure for my son. I want everything in me to be natural, to be just so pure to where it's nothing that's interfering with him arriving here, right? And I'm just thankful that God is giving me this time to really sit down with myself and to be still, to trust him. You guys, not to keep prolonging this video, but I have a little bit more of my story to share, and then we're gonna, my video keeps cutting off. But so one more thing to share, you guys. I have another story. Okay. So stillness also works in a lot of different other ways too, right? So I asked God, I say, God, please increase my finances because I want to drive a better vehicle, a more reliable vehicle. I want to be able to pay my bills in advance and pay debt off so I can build my credit. And in addition, I just want money to have saved, emergency money or whatever that may be. I just want everything to be where it needs to be, just for myself and for my son too. So I literally the other day was sitting at the table at my parents' table at their house, and me and my mom are going through the things that I would need for my baby shower, and we're looking at everything, and I'm telling her like there are certain things that I want, and she's like, we'll get it, we'll make sure it gets done. And then, but in addition to that, for weeks, I was like, dang, I want a couch. I need a couch, a sectional for my son, or for me, so that we can chill. That way we don't have to be in my room, because in my room sometimes it gets kind of miserable, when I'm just sitting in my bed in my room. Sometimes when you have that extra space in the front room, it kind of gives you some different type of mindset of your home, right? More of a homey feel. So I told my mom, like, how are we going to do this? Like, I really want that, but I got to move, but I got to do this baby shower, but I got to focus on my bills, just like so many things. And then I literally just started crying. I just started crying. I couldn't stop crying. And then it was a silent cry. I don't cry loud, but it was silent. And I felt God hug me in that moment. Like, I literally felt him go like this. Like, he literally hugged me in that moment. Because I was like, in a moment where this is something I desperately just want, to feel comfortable, to feel safe, feel like I'm at home, right? And that's for anybody. But I'm like, dang, I have so many things to do. And then I just realized, like, wait, after God gave me that hug, because I swear it was God. I swear it was. When he gave me that hug, you guys, he went just like this and hugged me so tight. I realized, but isn't he about to bless you with a brand new apartment? And you just moved into the one you live in now? But aren't you about to have a 2-bedroom and a 2-bathroom? And you're a single mother, 23 years old? A couch is the least of your concerns. That's going to come. And then to talk about the finances part of this, you guys, I have this important thing. We're not going to name it just yet, and I wanted to take the class for it. The class is $500. So I'm just like, like I really want to take this class, but I can't afford it because I'm trying to pay my bills off. And on top of me trying to pay my bills off, I have a son on the way. So I'm like, I can't afford to pay an additional $500 something for this class. So I get a notification on YouTube, and I told my dad weeks ago, like maybe 2 weeks ago, I said, one thing about her is that she always has a sale. So guess what, you guys? Why did I literally went to YouTube and right on the community page of her account for her business, she has a sale on her course, like a 90% sales, between 70 and 90%. So I got a $500 class for only $86. When I tell you that is God, that is literally God's way of saying, be still, my child. Be still, my daughter. Be still. Be still. Like, God has literally put me in a position where I don't have a choice no more. With my son's health, I didn't have a choice to go back and fight with my son's dad or father. I didn't have a choice to continue to fight over that to see, if we can rekindle relationships or rekindle things. I don't have that option anymore. No. God has placed me in a room by myself. Just me. I have family around me, but when I'm back at this apartment, it's just me and my baby in my stomach. That's it. Nobody else. So, since he has done that, you guys, I am in the position where he constantly tells me to be still, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, because just like he blessed me with this class that I've been wanting to take, and now I only got it for $86, he's blessed me with this new apartment that I'm going to move into next week. Literally. I'm 23 years old. I am a testimony. And after I'm done with all this, when my child gets here, you guys, I'm going to have an even greater testimony. Because it's not about me no more. No. It's about God. And it's about my baby. And I don't care about nothing. Davincia or Vinci, whatever you may call me, y'all. Literally, I have done what I needed to do. But now it's time for me to do what I must do, what I've been trying to put on the back burner because I didn't think it was important. Now these things are important because this is literally these steps, and that's my favorite word, as you see. This is how I'm going to walk into my destiny. This is my destiny. I am a great mother. I am beautiful. I am great. I am a stand-up woman. I am virtuous. I am a great wife for my husband, who probably is watching this video right now on his social media page, right? Hey, boo. But anyways, y'all, I didn't mean to take much of your time. I'm just here to share light on my situation and share light to you, because you may be in the position that I was in. I'm still growing out of that position. I'm not perfect yet, but I am perfect in Christ, just as you are. And I believe that everything that my heart desires, just as yours desire, if it's in God's will for your life, you will receive it. Stay focused. Keep your head up. Keep your crown up, sis. I know it hurts. There's been nights and days and times at work where I literally have to walk away from my desk because I'm crying on the inside. And on the inside, the crying on the inside, when it comes out, it's like it don't stop. It has to come out. You have to go its course. So I feel you. I understand. And I ask that you trust God in this moment. Trust God in this pause that you may be experiencing, because that's all that it is. But that's okay. He's pausing those hurtful moments. That way you can build your strength, because he never said there would be no weapon. What he said was, it will not prosper. Right? He said those weapons won't prosper. So people going to come up against you. Storms, crowds, angry people, mad people, even your DNA will come up against you guys. But that doesn't mean nothing, right? It doesn't mean nothing. What you do is you trust in God. You give him all of you. Sacrifice everything and give it back to him. And I guarantee what you need and what you want, you will have. Like my couch, my sectional I want, my decorations I want for my new apartment. I'm going to get my beautiful baby shower. I will have. I already have it. Why? Because I believe in God's word, and I believe what he has for me is true and it's right and it's on point and it meets me right where I'm at. So just as this video, I hope that I'm meeting you right where you are. If you're broken, if you're good, if you're just here to listen and just to hear my story, you guys, I thank you for tuning in with me. I love y'all, and I'll see you again soon. Vinci.